So having been again at Red Hat almost 10 years, I'm probably somewhat numb to kind of our culture because I'm used to it. But it's been interesting when you start to look at how open source communities operate, or open source software communities operate, and you start to look at things like the Agile Manifesto in 2001 and sort of Agile practices that are recommended. When I talk to government clients, everyone has it in their head that they need to modernize their applications, right? They're like, yes, we need to do app modernization, we need a pathway to the cloud. But no one ever thinks about like, how do you modernize your teams? Like how they work together, what skills they have, how they organize, how you lead them, how you incentivize them. So I've been talking a lot with leaders in the government about really kind of pulling that modernizing teams aspect out. And that's something Red Hat being kind of founded in 1993, we just have naturally kind of done a lot of these things. Like we're very big on collaboration, we're very big on transparency and ensuring that when decisions are made, everybody understands like the rationale behind them. It doesn't remove the need to have someone make them, right? Which is a common misperception, but why people are making decisions is pretty well known. And I think that aspect of modern organizations, modern teams, modern incentives. I'm a big reader of psychology and like behavioral economics. And if you think about the type of work that all of us do now in any kind of enterprise, it's changed, right? We used to do things that were very specified, rote tasks. A lot of that stuff's been automated. So a lot of what we want people to do is be creative and empathize and kind of use the big E, all the EQ things you hear about in the market. And the research is pretty clear. Like if you want people to do that well, the incentive systems you use are different, right? They're more about, giving somebody something they're really passionate about, like why do they want to work on it? Giving them the autonomy to work kind of when they want to work on. And then something, that they can really get better at and kind of master. So I think what we've done at Red Hat is tried to take all this technology that we've talked a little bit about already, kind of team it up with like the cultural team, people sort of aspect of it. And then the logical next step after you have those discussions is like, well, what processes do those teams need to leverage in order to be more effective or high performing? And that's where you get into things like, deployment practices and using automation, or you get into talking about software development practices. And we have a lot of discussions with clients about how to build that trusted software supply chain so you can actually deliver capability much quicker. And then security is another big process that we talk a lot with clients about too. So it's a combination of having, the modernizing my technology discussion, but if you don't bring in the modernizing teams and modernizing processes piece of it, most of the investments they make in the technology never are leveraged.